What's up, YouTube? Today we are going to do a quick video of pads and rotors on a Volkswagen 2022 Tiguan. We'll just do a quick one because we already have the longer version of the rears and long videos, so we'll try and keep this one to the cliff notes, if you will. So here we go. Okay, first things first is the bolt. It's in the back. It holds calipers on. This is a T45. Now it might be a little rusted in there when you go to do it. These are slightly different than the rears. So I didn't have a wrench small enough. I think it's a number 16. All you gotta do is grab an adjustable and go over this little lip. There's a little lip right there. So I don't have anything small enough to get back there. I think it's a number 16 wrench, but the adjustable goes over this because it's got all the edges, so it can actually hold it. Adjustable holds it, and then you just back off the T45. Okay, for the bottom down here, I switched it up. I just used channel locks to hold this instead of an adjustable. It worked out just fine. And now they are free. So now, because I don't have a legitimate pry bar, I use an old nail puller, and we get right in between there, and you just pull that off. You see how loose it is right now? So this is the housing that's attached to the vehicle. You can just pry against it. Don't go too hard, but you still can. You've got enough force there. You've got enough leverage to actually get it off. I'm not gonna do it because I have the brake line still attached. So I am not gonna do that with only one hand. So here we go. Now that the caliper's off, I'm sure there's somewhere in here you can just hang it on and rest it. I usually just have 2 clamps at the ready, put them over the control arm, and then just rest the caliper on the arm extensions and stays out of the way. That's my way. You do whatever you see fit. First pad off, just like that. It's right in there. So we just pry that off using the rotor and just go like that, and then kind of just wiggle out from the top and the bottom because we don't care about this anymore since it's being replaced. So kind of the same thing with the back one. Just gonna get in there and just scoot it out, top and bottom, back and forth, and eventually, there we go. Eventually she'll pop out. Holy smokes. There is like nothing on that. That is the pattern of what the rotor looks like. I don't know if you can see the different humps and bumps in that, but that's the back one. That is completely gone. The front one actually has still quite a bit of meat on it. So that's why I was wondering when the SUV was in for service the other day, they said, oh, you really got to get your brakes done. What are you talking about? You could always see the front ones when you're doing the wheels. You're switching the wheels out. But I never really looked at the back, and that is bad. Okay, now that both pads are off, you take the security screw out of the rotor, which is right there. So you just take that guy out, throw it in your magnetic box, Milwaukee pack out. Got it. Oh, there we go. T30 Wera. Some of the best tools on the market. Love them. Got lots of their brand. Speaking of which, I do need wrenches since I couldn't fit one on there. Come on, Wera. I'm telling you, this channel's gonna go somewhere. Help me out. But anyways, here we go. What we'll do is we'll just put a lug nut back in, just like that, and we'll just go grab a mini sledge. Doesn't apply the pressure evenly on a swing. We'll give this a couple of good smacks and hopefully it comes off. Throw some penetrating oil just around the hub here, clean that off, and yeah, just give it a big old smack. This should just pop right off, and the lug nut will hold it on. So you do have to hit it pretty good, and that'll be that. Mini sledge. This obviously doesn't come off. Careful when you're actually swinging. You don't want to hit that or dent that, because that stays. It's everything else that kind of goes with it. So there you go. Did you see it kind of tilt there? See? Off she comes. Oh, this one might be different than the rears. Can we get it? Can we? Oh, we might have to take the housing off. Okay. We need 2 hands. We got it off. So I couldn't manage to wiggle it out between the housing to slide off the hub. It just wasn't working. These are the 13/16 bolts. I can't remember what they're called because it has that little lock washer on it. Anyhow, there is one that goes right there, which is this fella. And then you got the one that the wrench is on right now, socket. So just loosen it off just enough, which is that bolt right there, and then that one just right here. Just enough to make it loose. The rotor could come right off. So it's only a pain because everything's kind of in the way at the back. So you could get the impact wrench on the bottom one, no problem, but it wouldn't fit up there. I'm sure you could have a 90-degree impact wrench. It would work just fine, but we don't have that. Only got that fella. Socket set. Leverage, it's always the Martinez hammer. You always end up using it. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but that comes through like that, and then you just put the handle, I got it, through there like that. So then it holds it in there, and then you would pull from down there, and that gives you your leverage just to pull it up, loosens it off, because that's titanium and that's strong. But we carry on. Okay, we have moved over to the passenger side. I completely forgot to take the rest of the videos after getting the rotor back on. So we are on the passenger side now. Rotor's off, the housing is loose. Same thing, I just took the bottom bolt out and the top bolt just stays in loosely, just enough to give me some slack. You do have to kind of lift this as you slide the rotor in. It's not the end of the world. So now we just use our synthetic wire wheel, clean up the hub, probably spray it with some crown rust proof. While you're doing this, you know, I take the opportunity to hit the crown rust proof and just about anything that moves. Literally anything that moves, you just smoke it. Just hit it with the crown rust proofing or rust check, whatever you have. I'll hit this with some crown rust proof, synthetic wire wheel, clean it off, and then put the rotor on, and the rotor will just go in and on. So you slide it up and you push it on, and then you hold it with the security screw right there, or whatever you call it. I don't know what it's called. I call it a security screw. And I will emphasize this again, doing the fronts just like we did the backs. A little bit of sandpaper where the pads sit. I will sand all this, and then I'll hit it with the brake lubricant. So basically just grease. Grease, 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 grease on the back there, that one. Because according to online research, it's saying that the sliders, these fellas, and the caliper itself was not lubricated very well from the dealer. So basically what it says is, like, if you're doing your brakes for the first time and you're noticing significant wear, which we are, that's the new one. So once again, that's the front side, tire side, and then this is the back side. There's like nothing there. So at least the backs were evenly nothing there. This is the front where the tire side has meat on it still. The back side doesn't. So it's saying that it's poorly lubricated because this is the first brake job from the since purchasing the SUV. So, you know, I will sand this so the pads slide across the metal a little easier. We'll pull back the gasket and we'll just spray some lithium grease in there, and we'll hit this with some brake lubricant on the rubber gasket. Same thing down here, brake lubricant, rubber gasket. It's just, I guess, cheap insurance. Doing kind of the best we can with what we got. And any sort of lubrication will help. Just to put an emphasis on the lubrication, on the glide pins, slider pins, whatever you want to call them. After you pull them out, there you go, and you lube it all up, you should be able to push this in, and you should be able to push it in, and it comes back. If it doesn't do that, then you haven't greased it up enough. Within reason. I just realized that I didn't take a video of putting everything back together, but it is literally working in reverse of all the other steps. So once you slide the rotor on, you screw it in with that security screw so it holds it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Then the housing that the pads go in, you just slide it back on and you put the bolt back in, and then you tighten up the top one. Because remember, that one was only loose so that you could slide it out of the way. You tighten both of those back up, and then you grab the grease, and see, that's one of the pads right there. Here's the groove that it slides across. So you just put a bunch of grease up there, and the brake pad, see, that's a spring. It's a push-in spring, so you push it against it and slide it in, and then it just rests in the housing. And then same thing, you just grab a clamp, C-clamp, put it on the caliper, push the caliper back, and then you slide it over both pads. You'll already have both pads on at this point. You put grease on all 4 spots. One there. Well, you can't really see it down there. And then the other side and the other side. You grease the pins, already showed you that. And caliper goes back on. And caliper goes back on. You tighten both pins back up and you're done. Go around, make sure everything's tight. Spray whatever you want to spray while you still have the tire off. And then just put the tire back on. And then once the tire's on, you drop the SUV and torque the bolts, and that's it. So if you like the video, subscribe.